So some of the players that you have seen in this World Cup have been using bats like SG, and Virat Kohli of course uses the MRF, and there's so many other bats you can find here. So as we saw, the Super 8 stage became very exciting and interesting last night when we had England playing South Africa in a match which at one stage it looked like England would win it comfortably, but then South Africa came back very strongly, and this was a match in which both teams, England, of course, some of the earlier matches were curtailed due to rain, and so they had to come back strongly and win this game. But the match started off well, and we saw some excellent batting and also some all-round performance, and the fielding was outstanding throughout, like amazing catches being taken. And I have Jitesh with me, who's played cricket in Delhi and Singapore. He's opening scorer in Singapore cricket. Jitesh, batting like Quinton de Kock, amazing innings, isn't it, Astri?
Thank you again for inviting me, Santosh. So, as expected, exciting bunch of games that is happening. Yesterday's was I think the most closely fight game that we had encountered in this World Cup. As you said, the fielding levels were both sides. In fact, that Makram catch was outstanding. I think till now is the catch of the World Cup. Yeah. And as we discussed in our previous episodes, right? So as in when the World Cup starts in the West Indies stage, the games will be high scoring. More spinners will come into the picture and all, and that's what has exactly started happening. So yesterday's game, I think South Africa till the 12th over, while they were defending the total, they were way ahead of the game. It's just about that partnership with Liam Livingstone and Brook, which actually made it too exciting, and unfortunately England fluttered in the end. So
see, I see the pitch, the commentators are saying this is probably the best batting pitch, and then St. Lucia. The pitch was really good, and starting off well was de Kock was an amazing innings. He really played so well, and in contrast you could have seen Reza Hendricks was struggling a bit. Even though the pitch was good, I think the ball was not really coming on that well, but still it was an amazing innings from de Kock, and he's sort of peaking at the right moment for South Africa. I think,
as you said, right, I think he's picked up at the right time, and at the next level where it started with West Indies, I think he's showing the teams how you need to approach the first 6 overs for each of the games when you're batting first, because if you're taking that advantage in this a bit slow pitch, the ball is coming sticking to the wicket. But I think he's playing his shots freely, and his kind of game, which is all through the square leg and the mid wicket that he always target, I think it is paying off very well for South Africa. And South Africa in the league stages were lacking behind in the top order. But now they are coming up, and Miller as well at number 4. He played again a gem of an inning yesterday.
I think Reza is a good batsman, but unfortunately is not clicking. And South Africa really will be top class if these two get them off to a flyer. But of course there's batsman Klassen, and then Miller likes to come down. But unfortunately Klassen was run out in that innings just when it looked like South Africa would gain momentum and take on from where de Kock started. An amazing catch from Jose Butler, I think, and then that run out. It was terrific. Brilliant performance by the captain of England. So right through, if you have seen, the fielding was fantastic. I think everybody just lifted the game, and England were very good on the field.
Whenever England and South Africa plays, I mean, the fielding is top class. I mean, they are one of the top 3 fielding sides. So I think they were in the A game yesterday, both the teams, while fielding. I think again England, unfortunately, I don't think so. They lagged behind in any of the departments of batting, fielding, or bowling. I think the game where South Africa won is because of the the last over when actually the bowlers started using the pitch, because as the ball doesn't come to you. So if you are pitching the ball in the right areas, which is a shot of good length, I think it is very difficult, and that is where I think South Africa, I mean, as we all call them the chokers. Yesterday, the last 3 overs were the 17th and the 18th over. The way that it went, 5 full tosses and all of them went for boundaries. I thought that now again South Africa will choke, but luckily they escaped through. So yeah, fielding, and I think England, they still have one game.
Yeah,
and if they
that
win,
is going to be the crucial
games. Yeah, so that's how it is.
So if you look at the South African team, it's good to see them doing well. I think there were issues earlier about the team composition, and then the problems about them choking towards the end of the tournament. They've always been a good team, solid team, and even before this tournament there were these issues about the racial quota and all that. But this time probably they overlooked all that. They've gone with their best team and they are doing well. So it's good to see that. They just have one black player in Rabada, and basically it's a mix of some of the mixed players and others.
They have another one who's the Oatman guy. So
he's there.
I think the one key factor is, I mean, again, till now South Africa is doing well, but they still have a big gap that they need to fill in, which is they don't have spinners.
Yeah,
they only have Maharaj, right? And they dropped Shamsi yesterday.
Yeah,
which is, I don't think so is a right call. Again, this is my perspective, because the faster you bowl on these pitches, like the better it comes to the back.
Jofra Archer getting hit yesterday, right? He was coming on fast, and these guys were able to.
I think they have to think about
slow down
both the spinners, because then Makram also is a very good part-time spinner. If they have spinners and West Indies pitches, I think this team will be sure shot finalist, I think.
Yeah. So talking about spinners, we saw West Indies having 3 spinners today, this morning against USA, and then Royston Chase, as we saw that he took those 3 wickets almost on a hat-trick there, and that was very crucial for West Indies. The US sort of the middle order was just collapsed at that time, and West Indies were on top. So I think they both these spinners, the other 2 spinners also were in action and bowled. Akhil Hussain, they bowled well. So West Indies were totally commanding in this game. US not really, though they have done well in this tournament, not really in this game. And West Indies were commanding. So do you see teams going with more spinners in this?
I think we called it out in the first few episodes as well. You see, today morning game, if you see the bowling analysis of all these spinners, they went together for 12 overs, 4.5 runs per over. And all the other runs were, I mean, it was easy to play pace bowler and pace attack there. So I think USA got overwhelmed. I mean, at this stage they are not used to it, and I'm nothing negative about it, but you need those. That's why you need the skill set to handle that pressure and at that level. As we discussed, right, Corey Anderson and all. I think
Corey Anderson really didn't click.
Too much ask from them, and especially when West Indies is playing at their home ground with these kind of quality spinners, and then their batting is looking super strong. I mean, they chased it in 10 point some overs, right? So even if it was some other team, for them batting, they bat till number 9. So I think we have a very good team, and again they have this England game now. I think that is the quarter final.
I think for them the net run rate is very important.
Yes, I think they covered it today.
They covered it today. So the match with South Africa is going to be very crucial for them.
Correct.
So that is where I think it will be decided which team, whether West Indies will go through or not. So that match is going to be a really exciting one. And then again, talking about the spinners, today tonight India playing Bangladesh. And both teams will be packed with spinners. I think Bangladesh have 4 spinners, and India already have 3. They brought in Kuldeep Yadav in the last match. But do you think you should go in with one more spinner and then probably drop Shivam Dube, or you think the balance is right now?
I think, end of it's all about batting which comes, right? So right now Indian team is looking good from the batting perspective. I know Shivam Dube is not looking that good as he was looking in IPL. But I mean, to be honest, they will continue with the same 11. getting one more spinner, and then you are either getting him at the cost of a batsman or a pace bowler. I don't think so. It will be a good call. So I think they will go again with the 11. And again, I have said this at least 4-5 times in our previous episodes as well. You need Yashasvi to play at West Indies. He's the last tour that they had. He was the prolific scorer for them. He scored the hundreds in Test match and everything. So I think they should try to do that. Kohli is not looking good as opener, and there is nothing negative about it. But I think he should go back to his favorite position, which is number 3 as an Indian jersey. So if they do this tweak, and if they want to do that tweak, then I think Shivam will make way for Yashasvi. Otherwise, I don't think so there will be any change.
I think one difference could be the IPL, the pitches were very batsman friendly. So all these players could play their strokes freely. But as India found in New York, the drop in pitches, the ball was not really coming on, and Kohli and Rohit Sharma, others, all top order batters struggling a bit to put runs on the board. That was there with almost every team, not just India. And Kohli has been a bit late starting, but last game it looked like he was taking his time to get a feel of the pitch and get into the scoring thing, but just when he looked like he would step up the scoring rate, he got out. So there's some concern about his batting, but of course he's a top class player and he's bound to come good. And the Bangladesh bowling, if you really look at it, shouldn't hold much fears for him. And
but they have Shakib.
Shakib is there, but Shakib,
they have that Mehndi Hasan also. So
the spinners basically.
So, and as you said, right, and you being yourself a spinner in your young days, right? So spinners don't need. They don't need pitches for these kind of format, right? A spinner who is hitting the right length with the good flight, and he has that feel to back his strategy and plan. I think anywhere the spinners will reap benefits. I think India, the key for them is, as you said, in IPL, right? It was high scoring and all this. But don't forget, a person like Shivam Dube, who played 7 games in Chennai, a spinning track, and he came out as the best, highest run getter in that 7 games, home games. So I think that's why I think they are backing Shivam Dube. And for these kind of opponents like Bangladesh, who will be, they're not that fast, but play. He's played 7 games in Chennai this year, and he has totally changed bowler this season of IPL.
But the World Cup, he hasn't done that well, and I think the Bangladesh fans and others have been complaining that.
But he must have learned the trick from Dhoni, how to perform at the big stage, right? Let's see. But it's gonna be a great game, because you cannot say it is like a US India game. It will be a closely fought game. And both have equal chances, and Shakib and Mustafizur, the class of players that they have, I think they will give a good fight to them.
Now, one thing interesting is, if you have looked earlier years, the West Indies pitches used to aid fast bowlers. But now it's that drastic change, right? Spinners, and if you see today, there are 3 spinners, and then also Moti bowled well. I was quite impressed with him today. So the pitches have changed a lot. They're playing a bit slow turners. So that is what I think the teams will have to look when they go forward.
It's a very interesting fact, And I think I was reading it. It has to do with the amount of T20s going on across the globe, right? They also have the Caribbean Premier League, so they can't make pitches which will suit bowlers. Because your crowd only comes to see the Chris Gales, the Purans, and the Andre Russell hitting big shots out of the stadium. So I think that is what has kicked in. I don't think so. I think the only exception you will see is Australia, wherein they have not changed the pitches a lot, but including India and other countries who are running their leagues, right? So I think they have made way so that it is more advantage to the batsman, and unfortunately those days of fast bowling, so those have to take a toll. So
no, but if you just see this tournament particularly, they're giving a good chance of the bowlers too. The bowlers are on top, and that's good to see also. like the Afghanistan opening bowler, him taking
Farooqi,
wicket,
yes.
Farooqi taking wicket, Fazal Farooqi, he's taking wicket. There's so many others. If you see, all the top bowlers are taking 10 and more wickets in this end. And initially, you see, it's not been totally one-sided as the batsman. Even the power play, just having, hitting sixes and all that. They're also finding it a bit.
You still have the hangover of the IPL games, 280, 270, and all
but I don't think that's going to happen.
I think they are giving pitches. These kind of pitches are good for cricket because then you are giving advantage to both bowlers and batsmen as well. As you see, the second stage when it moved to West Indies, you have the first hat trick. Cummins, what that guy can't do, right? So it was against Bangladesh only. So that means you are getting those big scores. You're getting those 150, 160 plus scores. That means it is helping the batsman, but it's also giving good help to the bowlers as well. If you stick to your hard lines, if you stick to the plan, it will reap in wickets as well. So it's exciting. I think West Indies, whenever tournaments happen, as I said last time as well, it's very exciting cricket because the grounds are smaller. It's not bigger like Australia or other countries, and then you have these kind of batsman and bowler helpful pitches. So it makes that cricket and those 20 overs are super exciting.
And any score, I think 180 or a little bit above 180 is a good score on this. Yesterday, when South Africa were batting, I thought like they were a little bit under par, like 163. I think the score I thought was. But then you saw the way they came back, fighting, amazing fielding and good bowling towards the end, and then that England were also struggling to really play on those pitches. So I think even the side. Which is bowling second, has a good chance on these wickets. It's not really that easy for the batsman.
The template of this, as you said, to support you, the template of this has been proved by India in the first game of Super 8. I mean, everybody was calling that 160 is a par score on that wicket, right? And Afghanistan were making those inroads to the batting order. But then Surya and Hardik, they showed that if you apply yourself and if you take those chances and you back yourself, a score above 160 is always a good total to defend, and that's what India did. And I think every team now will be looking for that 160 to 170 total there. If you get 200 or something, that will be an excellent one-sided game. But I think every team batting first should target 170, 160 plus. If you have that, then game on, because then the batsmen really have to go get under the ball, because the ball is sticking to the wicket. It's not coming like the way it is coming, and if spinners are getting more and more help, it will be an exciting affair.
Another factor I think is also the wind.
Yes.
And the commentators have been talking about the wind also. So the batsmen have to look out for this wind and also see the shots played in that direction.
And that's why they are called windies, right? It's in all every game they are showing the direction of the wind, because every stadium is near the ocean and the beach, right? So I think that, if even the batsman has hit a good shot, if it's against the wind, you might get caught at the boundary. And I think yesterday also it happened in South Africa game, when the first ball that Rabada bowled to I think Brook and or Livingston, and it went to the deep square leg, and straight away it was a catch to Stubbs. So it was because of that wind, that it was against the wind. So it will be interesting there.
I think some of the shots on any other ground, when you see that, you will sure it's going to be a six, but here still that factor is there where it will stay inside, and the chance for the fielder to take those catches. So if we now look at the first poll for India, I think the crucial match is on Monday against Australia. That is where I think it'll be decided.
Yes.
For both of them, the question is basically, I think both of them will qualify the way the pool is structured and the way they've been playing. But again, the question there is, they will want to win that game, because to go into the semi-final with like a clean record is what both teams would want. And so far, Australia, India and South Africa, they haven't lost a game yet. So psychologically also, I think it'll be good to go into the semi-final with an all-win record. So how do you see the match coming out? How do you think it's going to
See,
pan out? Like,
I think the way they have scheduled the games for our group, which is India's Super 8 group, if they win today, they're sure shot for the next stage, right? And same Australia, if they win one more game, they're also there. So India, Australia, as I said last time also, it is the game of the tournament right now. But if you are going with already the place confirmed, right, because of the other results, I don't think so. They will give 100% or something like that. I know it is, you are playing for the nation. You need to win every game, but it will be both the teams which might try some tricks and they might give some games to the bench strength and all those stuff just to see whether if as mishap happens during the semi-final final stage they are ready for that. So yes, exciting, but that's how this group is. The other group, I think the other group will go till last game.
Yeah, it looks like
except for US. You can't take other teams lightly, and that's what has happened to West Indies as well. And West Indies will go all guns blazing in the last game. And
so West Indies is crucial for the game against South Africa.
Yes.
I think South Africa is looking good, but again for West Indies, it's a matter of they'll have to win that game. I think, and they're a powerful side, and it's a question of how well they play on that day, and if the batting comes good. And South Africa always there's this factor about mentally how strong they are, you see. So that is one. West Indies of course will have home support, and they will.
The tricky part of this group is South Africa, West Indies plays the last league game. If West Indies win, England is playing USA. Their run rate they will go for their run rate to make it more better compared to if this is all together games, right? Because if they all win together, then it will be 2 each, right? So if South Africa lose that game, their run rate will come down.
Okay, so they will also have to.
So nobody in this group, they can't take lightly.
But I think already West Indies are ahead of South Africa, I think, right?
Yes, so that's why South Africa is a must-win game. Or if it is washed out, something like that, then they are safe. Otherwise, with their past and with their legacy of choking at the right stage, it is gonna be the crucial game for them because they have to win. They can't take it lightly.
I mean, it'll be sad if they choke again because I like the South African team and I like the way they play their cricket. So it'll be good to see them through to the semi-final. But again, very interesting the way the matches are going on and the way the pitches are playing and the conditions in the West Indies, giving a good chance for the bowlers to be in the match. It's not all big hitting, not big batsmen scoring. So we are interesting stage of the Super 8 and
I wanted to ask you a question. So who is your top 4?
My top 4 will be India, Australia, South Africa and England.
Okay.
So I'm not giving West Indies that much of a chance. So what about yours?
Mine is India, Australia, South Africa and England.
Oh, same.
So same top 4, but my finalist is Australia and India again.
Australia and India, okay. So my little concern with West Indies is I'm not sure the bowling is that good. They have bowlers and they have the thing, but against more seasoned teams they might find it
their Calypso beats and the fan following that they are getting, right?
It's amazing.
Might pick their game anytime. I mean, yes, again we both are saying West Indies will not go into the top 4, but I think they have a good chance as well. But one more question that I wanted, because you always ask me the question, is what do you feel about Virat Kohli in later in the stage of the tournament? I mean,
I think he's a class batsman, no doubt, and IPL also, as you have seen, he scored heavily. So I think initially he took a little bit of time to arrive in New York, and then he was, the pitches were a bit difficult to play, and he needed to do a little bit of adjustment. But I'm sure probably tonight and the coming matches he will come good.
So are you saying he will stick to opening slot, or he goes?
I think the way they've indicated, the team management has indicated that he will open. I think Vikram Rathore also said yesterday, I think he said they're not going to make any changes in there. So I think it'll be the same. He
Because
will
the
open.
concern only for India, why I'm asking this question is, they have ticked all the boxes, but their opening has not worked in any of the games.
Yeah.
And now it coming to the business end of the tournament, if that opening stand is not clicking,
Yeah.
it might turn out to the game changer for you.
No, I would have actually preferred Yashasvi to have a game earlier, not bring him like one of the semi-finals or one of the matches against Australia or something. I would have preferred him to play a few matches earlier, but they didn't do that. So the team seems to be thinking on these lines. They seem to be thinking, okay, let our most experienced guys, they go on top, and Kohli will come back to form and he'll be there building the innings on one side, and then the other stroke players are there who can go there shots. But I'm a little concerned about the lower middle order, I think. And I think they should, like Jadeja and others, like they should have probably a pinch hitter there, somebody who can come in and 8 balls or 10 balls, score 30, 40 quickly,
Correct.
But that kind of a thing is just not happening at the moment.
But I have a different connotation on this, because for me, the only batting friendly pitch that they played was the first game, last Super 8 first game, right? The middle order did come into the picture and they scored, and they made that score from 160 to 180. But the only thing that I am not worried is because Jadeja, Akshar, who were just going at the end of the innings, they had world class spinners and a Farooqi who's in form, and Naveen ul Haq. His mixes of slower ones and everything. So I'm not that bothered about the lower mid order. My only concern is the top order, because once Rohit and Kohli start clicking, right, this team looks totally different. Then you are not talking about 160, 170, 180 scores. You are talking about 200 plus scores. And somewhere I have that hope as a Indian fan. So might be the game against Australia, that's where it starts coming into the foray, and then you have just 2 games left after that. Might be the
I think for Indian fans, the match against Australia is bound to be interesting. We can really see a good classy game coming up. So let's enjoy the matches that's being played at the Super 8 stage. Tonight India take on Bangladesh, and from then on we can hope to have more exciting matches in this tournament.
Until we bring you another episode of Spot On. Thank you.
Bye. So we have players here from the Legends cricket team who are playing in the BPL, the tournament at CSC. So they have also been watching the T20 World Cup matches, and as you all know, Virat Kohli is the top T20 run getter for India. Can any of you tell me how many runs he scored for India in T20 internationals?
4,400 plus.
Somewhere close by. Anyone else?
4,600.
No, bit less.
4,500.
Less.
4530, 456.
4,480. 4,480. 4,472. 72.
All of them are close by. 4,200 is nearby. A little bit lesser than that.
4,300 something.
No, नीचे.
It's a
100, 151. 3980. 3980.
4,080.
Very close by. Near. So we'll give the prize to you. What's your name?
Pranay.
Massager from Buzur.
Thank you.
Another match will have
Today we are the live broadcast from the Ceylon Sports Club, the Spot On live broadcast from Ceylon Sports Club at the T20 World Cup, and we have a bunch of players from the Blue Knights Cricket Club. They've been watching these cricket matches that's going on in the West Indies now in the Super 8 stage of the tournament.
1, 2, 3 nights.
1, 2, 3.
In the West Indies, giving a good chance for the bowlers too. So I have a question for you. We all know that Fatullah Farooqi is the top wicket taker in this tournament so far. Afghanistan. There are other players who are taken left. Can you name those three players?
Rashid Khan. Yes, that's one. Hardik Pandya? No. Bumrah? No. Netrawalkar? Jamba. Ferguson. They didn't play in West Indies. Zampa. They didn't play in US. Zampa is
Who's the third? The third guy is from West Indies. The third guy is from West Indies. Huh? No. He's a fast bowler.
Alsari Joseph?
Yes. So you get the prize here. The brand ambassador from Bozil, and she's giving out a blood pressure monitor. Well done. And office bearers from the Ceylon Sports Club here, who have been also watching the T20 World Cup matches, and the question to them is, Surya Kumar Yadav won Man of the Match award in India's last match, which was his 15th, and he equaled another Indian player who's won 15 international T20 international Man of the Match awards. Can you name who's the other Indian player who's won 15 Man of the Match awards? Yuvraj Singh is one answer. Not the correct one. Anyone else?
Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is the right answer, and you will get a prize, facial
thank you.
massager from Buzur.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.